Hi, this is Cheryl with Designs by Cheryl B. Thanks for joining me. I'm just going to give you today a brief tour of my newest junk journal, and it's a Victorian ladies fashion journal. Um, it is probably my favorite so far. I got this little bodice woman from the Graphics Fairy, and then I made her a skirt out of matching material, added lace and a jewel. I also added another jewel up here. This woman, she's from the Graphics 45 Ladies Diary set. I added some fringe edging onto the side, uh, some little silk flowers, and on the spine, I added a French ribbon. The back is just plain. It won't close unless I tie it together, so it will come with a pretty ribbon tying it all together. This is the intro page, and it's filled with, covered in lace. It says a lady's diary. First I have a 1912 fashion lady with her little modeling stage where she's coming out. Next we have a print of a vintage pillow box, and I left it so that you can close the ends and actually use it. I laminated it for protection. It's filled with tissue paper and some matching rose petals inside the box. So, and it just slips into this little folder here. There's also a bookmark tag with more of the ladies' fashions. Added a little bit of lace. And then over here, we have a feather, and we have a vintage woman, and a tea bag, and a wax paper sack, and a little teapot, and some ladies' fashions. Little card inside of an envelope that I stained. On the next page, we have some dancing ladies, and a ticket stub, and an little airmail ephemera envelope. This little card I made and just added some goodies to it, and it has roses and a matching ribbon. Same with this little card. I decoupaged this, cut it out, added the buttons, Mod Podged it, and on the inside is a little phrase. This I made with graphics from the Graphics Fairy, which I overlaid, and I added lace to the edges. This does have a Bible verse here, Proverbs 31:10, who can find a virtuous woman, with little angels, and they're in matching colors. Over here we have another fashion lady in her doorway, and a French chocolat vintage print, which I stained. I added a little key, where is it? A little key here on the door, and lace. And then I made a pocket out of some old lace. This would be like, the boyfriend page or the husband page, and it's about love, and pictures of the couple, and her boyfriend or her husband, and some more fashion photos. The next page I did in burlap with the burlap lace and some matching ephemera. The center page in this section is just some vintage writing that I print out and left blank. A little handmade bag over here that I made with a luggage tag in it, which I laminated. Let's try to move on. Okay, and then this picture, I aged it and added lace behind it, and I really just love this look of her photo with the lace. This page is some more ephemera and roses, rose cutouts. This is a little pocket, but I left it blank. This heart opens up. It says, "May God bless you always." And then over here is, on the next page, is a a butterfly card that comes out with pop-outs. It's blank. This is the France page, which I did in material and lace, and it has some cards that slide out and some little rose stamps that you could use in another project. I made a tablet of stationery here in blues, and this is another photo that I aged and put onto the lace. I really liked the way this one turned out as well. And that's the end of that section. The center section, I didn't add too much. I added some pocket with matching ephemera, and this I made this little Vogue 1912 fashion book, and it slips into the pocket. Okay, for this center section, I left all the pages blank. I hand aged everything. On these, I put a pretty staggering borders with vintage print trims, and then you have a back pocket. And this is there's plenty of room to write your special notes. This section then, this says My Heart's Gifts. It's a vintage cutout, and I did another identical lace section to the front. Here is just a little card booklet that I made, and this I made, it comes out, it's an insert, and it just has old photos and ephemera and goodies, and on the back is a collage that I made and aged. And this is on embossed, very nice aged embossed paper, so it just comes out and then it goes back in. And there I added a vintage embroidery instructions. These are really vintage, probably from the 60s, and some embroidery thread that is also vintage, probably from the 60s. The next page is a doily and a little pocket and some more ephemera, and this is the little notebook that I made, and it comes out, and you could write little notes or poems in it. On the next pages we have she kind of reminded me of the woman on the front, so I put her portrait in here along with some more goodies, and of course there's roses scattered everywhere. Another laced pocket with some pearls and a rose and a little bit of bling. This opens out, and on the inside I have positive quotes, and there's a little vintage chain in here as well. So that's a pocket, a little secret pocket there. So the next page have another little fashion booklet that opens up, and an old postcard, an envelope with this little gal's yet another little. I love just making the little notebooks and aging them, so it's filled with these. This is a print of one of my collage work that I did. Turned it into an old-looking postcard. So, and on the next page, I kind of went with the white and the gold, and I really liked the look. This is an old photo from the Graphics Fairy, and I added buttons, and I stained it, and added the lace, and added a couple of a pocket that kind of matched this flower. And this contains my Victorian yesteryear potpourri, which is homemade by me, and little tag, and more lace, and some music notes, and a golden bow. We've got the center page here again with the old writing, and then here we have a card for chocolates, and this is a little pocket with an older woman from probably, Renaissance period. But it came with little note cards, which I printed out, and I made stickers to match so that they actually stick, and added some blue flowers to kind of highlight the blue in her dress. Oh, this is a little tea page. It has a tea bag with a little string and a flower and a tea invitation. On the next page, we have one more Bible verse there, and just some French material and tag, and the same over here, some more ephemera. And this is actually a vintage label off of some sewing um, supplies, and added this little card here with some inspiration, some more French fabric. And this opens up, and it's a little pop out. The little fan I made for this journal, and I laminated it so that it will last. And I added a beautiful turquoise, I don't know what, seafoam, teal, I don't know what color that is, tail, and it really turned out pretty. So the fan is absolutely functional. Can't get it back in right now. Here on this page, I made a little envelope that comes out of this lace, and then it's filled with some more vintage goodies in it. And here we have a pocket with this pretty girl, pretty vintage girl on it. Whoops, there we go. And a luggage tag that I made with an angel, and well, this ain't working too well. With an angel and some inspiration with love. So, and it's got that organza bow on it. On the end page is just a little something that I wrote up about new beginnings, and the final lace covering. So that's it. That is a tour of my latest junk journal, this beautiful vintage ladies fashion journal. I hope that you've enjoyed it, and you can visit me for this or many other journals and gifts in my Etsy shop, Designs by Cheryl B. Thanks again.